This is Joe, also known as ComplexBlackBoi, also the creator of Black Boy Complex. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. This video is a long time coming. To be honest, I didn't really know what I was going to do as my first video, but I think it's really important to kind of highlight and talk about who I am first, what I do, what I'm all about, what I'm trying to accomplish with this YouTube channel, with Black Boy Complex in general, and kind of just what I want to see for the future of YouTube content creators, any type of Black creator, Black queer creator specifically, anyone who might be interested in just trying to figure it all out, right? A little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Joe. Some people might know me by my former name. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a dead name, but it is what it is. Now I go by Joe. So most people know me as such. I identify as queer. Maybe it's not obvious, but I am also Black. I would call myself a JTLian, half Jersey, half Atlanta, and I spent about 3 years or so in Boston. In me kind of finding my way in all of these different areas in the country and areas in my life, I found that, something was missing. What I thought was missing was kind of a safe space for Black masculine folks. I actually didn't identify as queer. I was, kind of identified as just a lesbian because I really didn't know much about what I could identify as or what identification really meant until I moved to Boston and kind of linked up with a few really intelligent individuals who really kind of put me on, and not even just by educating me, but kind of just being, and it made me understand that there was more to that, more to life than just kind of the boxes that I was putting myself in. So I decided to, although me being a queer, gender non-conforming are labels, they're not necessarily all-encompassing. There's still so much more than that to me. But I do identify as queer. My pronouns are they, their, them, bruh, sir. But one thing I don't like, to be honest, is lady, miss. I really don't necessarily identify as female or male. I'm kind of just smack dab in the middle. I see myself as both. I work both. Both works well for me. A little bit about ComplexBlackBoi, who you might know on the internet. ComplexBlackBoi, oh man, I've been on social media for a while. And then I kind of elevated to ComplexBlackBoi a little later, but I started on Twitter about almost 8 years ago. Definitely was on Downlink. I was on your MySpace. I've always been a social media type of person, and that still has not changed. I still am that to this day. Social media is kind of where I find, a lot of like-minded individuals, a lot of people who are into creating, who like the same things that I like, especially when I was in Boston. I felt a little isolated. More on that on another video, but so now you probably know me as ComplexBlackBoi. And I'm just kind of a cool dyke and I do call myself a dyke from time to time. You'll probably know me from the hashtag a dyke that does, because I do consider myself a dyke that does. I do anything. So I guess the number one question when it comes down to ComplexBlackBoi is, when I see people on the scene, when I'm out and about, they're like, man, what do you do? Who are you? What do you do? What is your thing? And sometimes I don't know, and sometimes I do know. But just in general, I do it all. There's nothing that I can't do. And if I can't do it, I'm going to learn how. So it's never really a problem for me to kind of branch out. Sometimes that might be my downfall. I find myself cooking sometimes more than I create, but I paint, I sing, I dance. I call myself, a vibe curator. I call myself, I really am the heartbeat of a party. I not even to toot my own horn, but it's just what it is. I like to get it going. I really like to make sure that the energy is always where it needs to be. Safe, fun, and just full of love. And I think many people who know me can attest to that. And if you know me personally, what's good? I consider myself young. I'm 27. Right now, currently, I'm in my kitchen with my cousin. With this home ownership comes landlordship. I try to use my space and my home as just kind of a beacon for protecting my life and protecting people's lives who come into it. It's really a safe space. So if you have ever gotten a chance to be a part of my home, you know how important it is to me. I also own a very large African art collection, but I also have a lot of African American antiques and trinkets too. My grandfather was a collector, and I'll tell you a story about how all that came to be maybe in another video. Pretty much, I've created Black Boy Complex to give masculine identified folks a place to come and have conversation, break bread, talk about things that they might be going through, if they're transitioning, if they're trying to figure it out, if they just want to have fun. Like this, I'm not going to say that I'll never do challenges, but this isn't one of them. This is not that. I'm not doing one of those jelly bean challenge channels. It's not about my relationships, although we will be talking about my relationships and it's just how to navigate this world. And I can't really find that on YouTube. I can't really find how to navigate the world as someone who looks like me, someone who dresses like me, someone who walks like me, someone who thinks like I do. And I find in having conversations with my homies and my boys, I find that we all go through the same thing, but we're not really having the type of conversation. Our lives are so parallel. I think it's really important to kind of bring it all together. So hopefully this is what this YouTube channel is for you. Maybe it could be more than that. I'm always open to suggestions. Want to drop a comment, do that. Obviously, I would love for you to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter for more updates, for more information. Follow me on Soundcloud for the mixes at Black Boy Complex. You'll find all my recent music mixes. Shameless plug, but it's a little bit about what I do. So as you tune into this channel, as I upload videos, and I'll have more of a schedule. You'll just be following me as I do, as a dyke that does all these different things. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe I'll have interviews. I know a lot of amazing people who would love to be, a part of this conversation. So I really hope that you find something what you were looking for. I hope that you enjoyed my beautiful face. I worked really hard to bring you something different, something new. Maybe it's not new. Maybe it's just me. I bring you something, a little bit of me, and you really enjoy the vibes that I give you. But until next time, you just tuned into the Black Boy Complex. My name is ComplexBlackBoi. Man, have a dope day. Do your thing, bro.